What we're doing programming wise here with these guys is we are in the preseason for these guys right now, so we're working on building strength, building power, getting ready to head into the season, head into their school ball seasons, continue upon that, and hopefully hitting peak power entering the summer.
What we got today? Roll it up. I'd say you're probably good.
Hey, keep going up, Trev. And run. That shot. All right. Then you come here to see our best. Let's do it. Control that down. Pretty much same thing, except you're here. All right. Light work. Light work.
Yeah, we started the Gamers program in 2006, so this will be our 14th year. We started out with teams ranging from 13 to 16, and then over the years have expanded it out for the Gamers program. Our age is 10 through 18, and then we have a Gamers Academy program that starts at 8 and goes all the way to 14. So in total, in the Gamers program we have 15 teams, and in the Academy program usually 10 or 12 teams. It's really just the amount of baseball and instruction. The Gamers program is kind of targeted at a very intense baseball experience, a lot of games, a lot of practices. We'll practice a couple times a week. The Academy is kind of like the next level below that in terms of the intensity of the baseball schedule. So it's really ideal for two-sport athletes or younger kids who really aren't ready to, spend all the time in baseball that the Gamers regular teams play. So the Academy teams will play 40 games a year. The Gamers program teams will play 60 games a year. Matt Whiteside and I, who's kind of the co-directors of the program, so our philosophy is we want to know every kid in the program. And so, by this time in the winter, so we're in early January, we already know the kids that have returned in the program. We have about an 80% retention rate. So we know those kids, and then by now we've learned all the kids' names for all the new kids that have joined the program. And parents is a little harder. The numbers get bigger, and but most of the parent communication happens by email. I've been doing a lot of recorded videos that I send out, like little short 5-minute videos. It makes it easy to communicate to the parents. but it's a lot harder if you've got 200 players and all the parents to kind of keep up with that situation. So we try to do it through email and through video communications.
Very good.
Yep.
So what we're working on now, especially for the catchers, is building up arm strength with the long toss, but also if you watch if they're doing it correctly, working on the follow-throughs directly too. So if the catchers are falling off to a side or if they're losing the control of their front side, when you're trying to put a ball in a little box 127 feet away, it's going to be a little bit of a problem. So as they're building the arm strength, they're also working on the follow-through straight to where they're going. And then today is also their favorite day. It's the first day catching bullpens. So they get their first opportunity to catch their teammates and get beat up a little bit. So today's kind of a fun day for these guys. And fun is in air quotes.
So we're just working on getting our feet moving, right? Not waiting on the ball. Okay. So we have a 2-step, we have a 4-step. 2-pro where we have time, okay? And then a 2-step is where we don't have much time. So we're just mixing those in and getting the feel for moving our feet with the 4-step and the 2-step towards first base. It's a routine ground ball. So
Okay.
So we're either getting around the ball, we'll throw him a step to his left or a step to his right. He has to move his feet to get behind the ball and get his momentum going towards first base. So that's
Is this a common drill you guys work on?
yes. We preach, move our feet, right? We can't play infield without our feet.
So the cones up there, they got to come around that cone?
Yes, sir. Yep. So their feet should not stop moving. You can do this infield and outfield.
Hey, so today we're doing our hitting assessments. So we're using K-Vest, K-Motion for our hitters. So we strap them up here. If you look, we got a sensor here on his back, sensor here that measures his hips. Got one here on the lead arm. And there's one here inside his batting glove. So the 4 sensors measure the kinematic sequence. So ideally it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. So ideally his hips would fire first, then his torso would fire after that, then lead arm and lead hand last. So we're able to measure that with these sensors and really see where these guys' body position is while they're hitting. We're able to do it off a live machine, so it makes it a lot more realistic and game-like. It also measures how fast each section is moving and what kind of posture they have during their swing, at contact, and so forth. So we get a bunch of information, a bunch of graphs to look at, and really dig deep into these guys' swings and see some hard numbers to really see what's going on underneath.
We got hit traction on, the camera from up the top, capturing video, and he's got a blast sensor on, so we're capturing all of his bat and hand speed data.
That is a blast?
Blast sensor, yep, from Blast Motion.
Very good.
Every 4 weeks we assess them, and then they each get an individual training program based on the assessment.
Personally, I'm trying to increase my hand speed because right now, I mean, I'd say based on these stats, my hip speed has been really good. My hands have kind of been lacking, so I'm just trying to make sure I'm connecting both and getting my hand speed up. For me, it's just kind of saying with, let's see, it's not here right now, but the thing I usually do is have a pipe here, and you know, I get in my stance and I start my swing and I go, and I just sort of punch through with the pipe and make sure my hands stay even. all the way through.
What's your name, bud?
Joey Funk.
Very good, Joey.
Thank you.
Just softballs, just trying to get them, right now they're trying to get loose before they get on the different machines. And they're just trying to get the swing slotted and get themselves to a point at which they're ready to jump in the cages. And a lot of these guys have come from different programs, and so trying to get them on the same page with some of our teachings here at the Gamers program is sometimes a challenge with some of the newer folk. The veteran kids, the kids that have been in the program, they usually do a good job of knowing expectations, but with newer kids, sometimes just getting them on the same page is what we like to do in the program.
Very good. Looking forward to the season?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It should be a lot of fun. Good bunch of kids, good bunch of athletes, and we're ready to rock and roll.
Before that, I would like
You're gonna have to tell me what you do around here, Andy.
So I'm the director for Mach 1, and I do work with some of these gamers teams. So got a super slow-mo camera that does 1,000 frames per second, so we can really start to get more into pitch design, kind of see how their fingers are on the ball when they're releasing it, look at the direct axis of the ball, and really be able to make changes without like guesswork.
Some Rapsodo numbers, like their spin rate, their difference in speed and fastball changeup, looking at the amount of sink or vertical break that they get on the fastball or opposite on the changeup. They're just getting some data. Yeah, so we started the Gamers program in like 2008. I had retired in 07 and started our first facility, All-Star Performance, over in Valley Park. It has grown into the first side of our new facility, which was about 25,000 square feet in 2010. And then we opened up the second side of the 50,000 square foot facility we now have in 2014. So the program, the Gamers program, and the facility have kind of grown together or at the same pace. We try to keep the facility ahead of the curve a little bit with data, with cleanliness, with lighting, with scheduling. And the program, we feel like it's as good as it gets as far as an instructional-based program that is data-driven. We try to create student athletes that have all the different tools and things at their disposal in one building, so that they can become the best baseball player that their body will allow them to be. So I think that the two kind of compare to each other, the program and the facility, because as we've grown the facility, we've continued to develop the program with the elements that the athletes have at their disposal. There's a lot of instruction that goes on. There's a lot of time that's put into the kids and the program, and they'll typically get out of it what they put into it, which is the way most things in life are. The game has really changed a lot in the last 10 years since I've stopped playing. There's a lot of data, there's a lot of new technology, and I think it's intimidating to people that played a while ago and they're not educated enough on what the data means and the different devices and tools that are at our disposal. The way I try to look at it is I try to find a way to use certain pieces of data that will help the athlete and not use everything at once. And it also helps validate what we teach from a pitching perspective. So if I'm trying to help a young athlete throw a better curveball, and I can show him on a Rapsodo device the amount of vertical break he's getting and the spin axis that the ball's on, why it's more parallel or horizontal, not as vertical, then if I can use what I teach or we teach to help him get his hand out front better and create more top spin, then he's going to see more vertical movement, for example. So that's how I've tried to evolve as a coach and instructor, is to take the things that I learned and that I believe in on how to throw a baseball and use the data to validate that, or to show the player, here's what you're doing with your hand. Try to manipulate the grip a little bit, try to manipulate your hand and release a little bit, and see if we don't get more spin, which is in turn going to give them the pitch that they're looking for. So the Gamers program, since we started back in 08, we've always emphasized student athlete. So they say student athlete because student comes before that phrase, student athlete, and if they're not really going to get after it in the classroom, it's not going to matter when they want to go to college, because if you can't get into school, you're not going to be able to play. So and on top of that, their education is going to be in their hip pocket for a longer period of time than their baseball careers. So we try to emphasize student athlete. We collect report cards once or twice a year. Coach Gallion and I actually look at those, and if they're somebody that's struggling a little bit in school, then we have some help to get them back on track. And then we also display the names of all our players that have a 3.25 GPA or higher on a wall that we call the Academic Achievement Wall. So we talk about it a lot. We also enforce it, or try to help enforce it with their parents and their teachers. And again, it's just helping them be a more well-rounded student athlete.
Well, guys, we just finished here at All-Star Performance with the Gamers. Had a great time, talked a lot about good baseball. So one more tour stop down. We're on to the next one. We're looking forward to it, and we'll see you there.